So why am I here tonight? So after Dad died and all the ash spreading and all that stuff was going, there were these 3 enormous storage units. My dad was a little OCD and slightly compulsive, and he kept things. And so I had to go through all these storage units that now I was now in charge of. I'm an only child. And after we went through all of the furniture and all the desks and all that, there ended up being 10 steamer trunks of my father's memorabilia. So I'm very, very excited and very pleased to announce that I am donating these steamer trunks full of George Carlin stuff, which, as you know, technically, if you know the stuff routine, they're actually my dad's shit.
And then we got the albums that you took into your basement and you listened to, and those were, and you listened to them again and again and again, and you were just kind of stunned by it. And
I think I'm about to become friends with George Carlin. And I had one of those phones that you could put numbers in, and I'm like, see, my nerddom paid off at that point.
It's interesting. But the idea of being released to do what you can, George and I both started on the talk shows, the Johnny Carsons and those, where you couldn't say anything. I mean,
But what John did with the show that made it really sail was he was smart enough to become the voice of all of us and surround himself with the clowns that portrayed the media. And he was able to actually talk about the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our panel. Thank you for coming down, National Comedy Center. Thank you to all of you. Good night. Liz, let's talk a little bit about The Daily Show. Of course, when you were there, it starred America's foremost satirist, Craig Kilborn.
Always. Yep.
I'm being sarcastic.
he was a cute kid. He was all right.
But it's important to so many people on this panel, 3 of you, and what was the impetus when it was originally created? Was there an idea of bringing sort of subversive?
There's this place in Jamestown, New York, and I'm like, where? You know, Jamestown, New York, where Lucille Ball was born. I'm like, oh, Lucille Ball. They're like, yeah, they're trying to get this National Comedy Center thing together. And I'm like, oh yeah, right, whatever. I have heard this story before. I mean, almost like since day 1 after my dad's death, I've been wined and dined and emailed and telephoned about these great comedy Hall of Fames and all these things happening, and none of it ever came to be. And I was like, yeah, whatever, you know. A year later, I was contacted by Journey, inviting me to come up to Jamestown and do my solo show, A Carlin Home Companion, at the festival. And I thought, okay, all right, well, I'll go up and I'll check things out. And I have to tell you, I went up there and not only did I have a great time and did I love Jamestown, but I got to know these people and I got to know what they were about. And I don't impress easily, and I am thoroughly impressed by this institution and these people.